Hey guys, Hunter here. On this episode, we're going to be going over the dumbbell chest fly. Today we'll be performing it on a flat bench. So, dumbbell flat flies are a great isolation exercise for your chest. I typically like to perform these after I've performed a couple compound movements such as bench presses or machine presses or incline variations of those. So, by isolating the chest, what that means is we're not using any other muscles, right? So, in theory, yes, that's how it should be. In reality, it's very hard to completely isolate the chest, even with perfect form on these, let alone improper form. So, a couple things that you can do to make sure you are isolating the chest as much as possible is A, we want to keep a big chest throughout the whole motion. What I mean by big chest is we have our shoulders retracted and our chest out. So that's throughout the whole range of motion, even at the top. One thing that you see a lot of people do with this exercise is when they get to the top of the rep, they have the big chest, all the way to the top. And as they get to the top, they allow their chest to concave so they can really get that good squeeze in their mind. The second you let your chest concave like that, your delts take over. So you take the tension and the isolation off of your chest and you start using other muscles to finish the exercise. So by keeping that big chest all the way through the movement, even at the top, you're able to get a maximal contraction and keep the tension on your chest. Something else that you want to keep in mind when you're doing these to make it as isolated as possible and not a compound exercise is when you start the exercise, you want to have that slight bend in your elbow like that. And we want to maintain approximately that same angle throughout the whole range of motion. So whenever you're doing the exercise, that doesn't mean you keep that angle at the top. And as you come down, you let it get bigger and bigger and bigger until essentially you've turned it into a neutral grip bench press. By keeping that angle the same the whole time, we keep the tension on the chest and we keep our triceps and deltoids out of it as much as possible. So, let me show you what it looks like with weight. As we get seated and set, we're gonna get the weight up. We're gonna get a nice firm base. Our chest's gonna be out and the shoulders are retracted. And we have that angle in our arms. We're gonna keep that angle in our arms throughout the whole range of motion. Then we come up and contract. So something that I really like to envision and something that was taught to me by Lee is pretend you're hugging a tree. Your arms never go straight when you're hugging a tree because you can't go straight through a tree. So get that angle in there, big chest at the top, contract. We have the angle in there the whole time. So, those are the tips I have for you for the dumbbell flat fly. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to check back for more.